The Kingdom of Silly Hats. In a faraway land, there was a kingdom ruled by the silliest king you could ever imagine. His name was King Jester, and he wore a different hat every day. His hats were the talk of the land, and every person, young and old, would eagerly wait to see what hat he would wear next. One day, King Jester declared that there would be a great festival in the Kingdom of Silly Hats, where everyone had to wear a hat, the sillier, the better. This caused great excitement among the citizens of the land, and everyone started to work on their silly hats. In the castle, there were 3 children, the prince and 2 princesses, who had the most amazing imaginations you could ever imagine. They loved to play and used their creativity to come up with wild and wacky ideas. The prince, who was the eldest, wanted to make a hat made of feathers, while the younger princess wanted a hat made of ice cream, and the older princess wanted a hat made of flowers. They searched the whole castle for items that they could use to make their hats, and soon they had everything they needed. On the day of the festival, the Kingdom of Silly Hats was sparkling with color, and every person there was wearing a hat. There were hats shaped like animals, hats that lit up, hats that made music, and even hats that squirted water. As the 3 children made their way through the crowds, they found themselves in a tent filled with the silliest hats they had ever seen. There were hats that looked like spaghetti, hats that looked like cars, and even hats that looked like spaceships. Suddenly, the children heard a cry for help coming from the center of the tent. They rushed over to see what was happening, and found a group of kittens, each wearing a silly hat, trapped under a pile of balloons. Without wasting a moment, the 3 children used their imaginations to come up with a plan to save the kittens. The prince used his feathers to tickle the kittens until they giggled so hard that the balloons popped. The younger princess used her ice cream hat to create a slide that would allow the kittens to escape, while the older princess used her flower hat to create a bouquet that would help lift the kittens out of the mess. As soon as the kittens were safe, everyone in the tent cheered, and King Jester himself came over to congratulate the children on their creativity and quick thinking. He declared them the official protectors of the Kingdom of Silly Hats, and from that day on, they worked together to help everyone in the land have the most fun and silly times possible. The end.